Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Trentino in Italy, round 4 of the FIA Motocross World Championship. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for joining us on MXGPTV.com today. The MX2 Qualifying race is up next. 20 minutes plus 2 laps. And we've got a very technical circuit here today. But who's it going to be that takes the qualifying race win around this tough circuit? We'll do the time practice results in just a few moments. The MX2 riders are out on their sighting lap as we speak. But we are in the shadow of the Dolomites here this weekend. Circuit just over 1,500 meters long. That's where we are, northern Italy. Pietramarata just down the road. 13 degrees, but you know what? It's chilly. We've got low cloud. It was drizzling this morning, but hasn't done anything to dampen the spirits of any of the guys. A few moments ago, Lisa Leyland was down on the grid. She caught up with the newcomer, number 35, and that is the American riding for Bud Racing Kawasaki, of course, Mitch Harrison. And before that, the 747 of Michele Chervelin for Yamaha SM Action MC Migliori. He's riding his home round, of course, here at Trentino. Doesn't live too far from here either. But what will they be looking forward to the most? Anyway, here's Lisa Leyland. See what she asked and see what the riders had to say.
Hello and welcome to the start here in Trentino. We're well and truly warmed up for the first qualifying race of the day with the MX2 boys. Now I'd like to speak to Michele Chervelin, home rider of course. Michele, another home race for you. You're not far from here at all, are you? And just tell us, how does it feel to be back here in this beautiful track?
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, beautiful track, and also I live close, and that is I have many fans here for me, and I hope to be have a good qualifier race today for have a good gate tomorrow, and make a good race in front of my fans here, close to my home.
Absolutely, and let's quickly talk about your season. Best result so far was in Mathley Basin, 7th overall, so that must be pretty good feeling for you. But the other 2 rounds, just tell us how everything went.
Yeah, a little bit strange start of the season, up and down a little bit. Yeah, I do a lot of difficult racing in Valkenswaard, but I hope to this track is hard pack, and I hope to have a better result than Valkenswaard. I'm from Italy. Normally the guys from Italy is better on the hard pack, but yeah, now everything is fast. Everybody is fast everywhere, and I hope to do a good qualifier race.
Best of luck for your home GP. Thanks, Michele. Now, just quickly, I'd like to speak to newly signed Bud Racing's Kawasaki, Mitchell Harrison. Mitchell, you're here from the US. Just tell us, how did this deal come about? Because you're here for the rest of the year now, aren't you?
Yes, it was very last minute. You know, I had to hop on a plane quick on Monday and get used to the bike in 2 days. So, you know, this is still going to be a test weekend, and just see how everything goes. I'm really excited, and I can't thank them enough for signing me on.
Now, you have actually raced 3 GPs before, wildcards at the US rounds, but there's so much to deal with. You've got new tracks here, new climate, new culture, like you said, not much bike time. It's a lot to take on, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's been a lot to take on, and it's beautiful here. I'm really excited, you know, so I think it's going to be a good weekend. Qualifying didn't go too well, but I'm a racer, so I'm going to go race.
Well, welcome to MXGP and best of luck. Thank you. Okay, Mitchell Harrison there. Good luck to all the guys. It's time for MX2 qualifying race.
Shortly after that, of course, the riders went out on track for their sighting lap, but in time practice, it was Calvin Bellarmine who was fastest for Team HRC, a time 1:48.061. He was 1/10 quicker than the Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha of Ben Watson. Jorge Prado was 3rd for Red Bull KTM, about 2/10 further back, and then we had Jago Geerts and Davy Puches for Diga Procross Husqvarna. Adam Sterry was next for F&H Racing Team. Michele Chervelin, we just spoke to him a moment ago for Yamaha SM Action MC Migliori. 8th was Conrad Muse for Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee. And then 9th, Matej Borame on the Honda Red Motor, Aston Motor Machine, and Zach Pichon. 11th, Thomas Olsen, the championship leader on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. Then Brent Van Donnick, Tom Vial, Henry Jacobi, Mitch Evans, Jed Beaton, Bas Varsen, Alvin Osland, Maxime Renault, Darren Sinai in 20th. Then it was Joaquin Fabetta, Brian Moreau, Ika Laranaga. Mitch Harrison, we spoke to him a moment ago. He was 26th. And then behind him, we had Hardy Ruziorg, Morten Sciardo, Jakob Terezak, Dylan Walsh, 30th, still battered and bruised after his get-off in race 1, lap 1 last week, or actually in the qualifying race. Then we got Filippo Zonta, Andrea Zanotti, Jan Panzer, Enzo Torriani, Marcel Koenen, Nathaniel Bress, Peter Polak, Gustavo Pessoa, Hampus Karla, and Loris Bredig on the STC Racing IXS Yamaha. That's front end of the number 32, Brent Van Donnick, and alongside him, Tom Vial, just trying to get his start device engaged. There's the 193 of Jago Hietz, the Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha rider alongside him there. Look, we saw just a brief glimpse of the number 46 of David Puchis. There's Mitch Evans, Honda 114 Motorsports, the Aussie, third overall at the opening round, remember, and then obviously had one or two little issues since then. But can he get his act together here this weekend and come away with a good qualifying race, give him a good start gate opportunity, put in 2 solid motos tomorrow just to get everything back on track. And when I say, you know, sort of getting everything back into gear, I don't mean that as a personal attack on him. He's just had 1 or 2 issues, technical issues, of course, along the way. He's had 1 or 2 little crashes as well, but he'll be looking forward just to getting a decent weekend under his belt here, because after this one, we've got about 4 or 5 weeks before our next round, which will be back in Italy, but at Mantova, just down the road, 2 or 3 hours. Get your head right going into that little break. Who knows what can happen. Anyway, there's Jorge Prado, Red Bull KTM. Missed round 2. But he looks like he's all poised and ready to go. Where is he? Somewhere just off to centre right. There's Calvin Verlanderen. Calvin Verlanderen, fastest in time practice. So he is pretty much centre of the gate. Verlanderen, best qualifying finish so far, 5th. There's Thomas Olsen, Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. Not the qualifying that he would have wanted gate pick wise, but we know he can get a good start. He's going to need to. He wants to improve on that 11th place. There's Jago Hietz, Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha, just getting himself into the zone. 4th in time practice for him. There's the 101 of Zach Pichon on the 114 Motorsports. 10th for him. And then Tom Vial, KTM Factory Racing. What can he do? 20 minutes plus 2 laps, these qualifying races. Michele Chervelin, 11th in the championship at the moment. Best qualifying came in Great Britain, where he got 12th. Can he improve on that in front of his home fans? He'll be hoping so. Almost everybody lining up now. There's Ben Watson, 2nd in time practice. So he went to the line 2nd on his Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha, just 1/10 slower than Verlanderen, so nothing in it. Henry Jacobi might be a danger man here, but 14th. He'll be hoping for a good start, and we've seen circuit conditions a little bit tight, a little bit technical. Don't make a good start, and all of a sudden you might be struggling for a result here. There's the 53 down to the far end there. And that is Dylan Walsh on the Revo Husqvarna. Final rider or riders making their way to the line. And that'll be Loris Friedrich for STC Racing IXS Yamaha. Got a green flag at the back, green flag at the front. The Fly Racing 15-second board goes up. And who will it be that grabs the whole shot here? Keep our eyes peeled. It's always an interesting first couple of corners here. Right in the centre, you've got the green Kawasaki and the red Honda of Jacobi and Verlanderen just gets the edge at Jago Hietz. And Jorge Prado, Tom Vial there, right in there as well. And it's Prado who arrives at turn 1. Sanai in there in 3rd place. And 35, Mitch Harrison in what, 5th position. Around the outside here for Bud Racing, Kawasaki. Goes down the inside of Sterry as well, and he's got Jago Hietz ahead of him, but it's the 2 KTMs of Prado and Vial who lead the way. Sanai is there in 3rd, Jago Hietz in 4th. Mitchell Harrison in 5th place. He drops downhill. Wow, then Sterry almost out of the seat there as he heads downhill for the first time. Maxime Renault is in there as well, just with the red helmet coming towards us. Drops into that corner. Then we've got Chauvelin, then Sterry, then Brian Moreau, then Zach Pichon. Watson a couple of positions further back. Just coming into view any moment now. And there's Olsen. So Olsen right down in about 14th place. So not a good start for the championship leader. And are we starting to see the signs of a, oh man, over there, someone doing a little bit of whiskey a go-go through that weight section. Up out of the seat, legs in the air and all sorts. But there's Jago Kietz. He's in 4th place, just behind the Kawasaki Bike It DRT Kawasaki of number 57, Darren Sinai. He holds a tight line. Jago Kietz right behind him. And then Mitchell Harrison. First time in MX2 this year. 3rd overall at Glen Helen, 2016. When he was Yamaha mounted. But here is Jago Kietz. Just dropping downhill. He's in 4th place, the 2 KTMs trying to pull clear. And there's Tom Vial, so you can only assume that Prado has already disappeared on this opening lap. Give you the top 20 as they hit the line for the first time now. But Jorge Prado already through. He's got a gap of almost 3 seconds over Vial. Sinai is 3rd, 4th is Git, 5th is Mitchell Harrison, 6th Chauvelin, 7 Renault, 8 Sterry, 9 Brian Moreau, 10 Ika Larinaga, Thomas Kjær Olsen is 11, Ben Watson 12, Zanotti 13, Zach Pichon, Bas Farsen, Brent Van Donnick 16, Nathaniel Brez, Alvin Austin, Jed Beaton, Henry Jacobi in 20th place, and then Conrad Muse, Calvin Verlandren down in 34th, so the fastest in time practice, Calvin Verlandren, has not come around yet. So where did Verlandren go missing? He's been through the first 3 splits, so he's back on track. And Jago Kietz goes past Darren Sinai. So here's Jago Kietz, moves up into 3rd then, past the first of 2 Americans. Darren Sinai, of course, he's got Mitchell Harrison just behind him on the Bud Racing Kawasaki, and this was a neat move there, just a different option, doubling the final 2, carried that momentum through the corner. Jago Kietz moving up into 3rd. Here's Michele Chauvelin and the 959 of Maxime Renault, Adam Sterry and Brian Moreau. They're the 225, the 2nd of the Bud Racing Kawasaki's. Bottom of the hill, Olsen just getting squeezed there by Ika Larinaga, the number 66. On the WZ Racing machine, sorry, Mark Henty Racing KTM. There's Renault, Sterry, 811. Those 2 pop over the Trentino bridge. 150, Jago Kietz, the fastest lap of the race. He's 5 seconds off the leader, Jorge Prado in 3rd. There's Thomas Olsen, the championship leader. He's got a lot of work to do. I thought he was almost in the rear of Brian Moreau then. Landed a little too close to the Bud Racing Kawasaki ahead of him in 9th. He's done well, though, to make some passes early on, because he was 19th over the line, 14th at the first split. But now he's just parked there in 10th place. And we've got a rider down, and Sterry picking himself up. Watson goes through. So Adam Sterry just making a mistake in that bottom right-hander. Got hit by 1 or 2. The bike snatched back out of his hands, but Thomas Olsen around the outside of the Frenchman, Brian Moreau, 225. He goes slightly different combination through there, but Olsen will try to get on the gas as soon as possible. Keeps his Husky right there ahead of the Kawasaki rider. Tricky conditions here at Trentino. Hard on the brakes, bottom of the hill. Watson just coming into play now for Monster Energy Khmer. Yamaha just behind these 2. There he is. Just saw a flash of blue a moment ago. So we've got Prado leading the way, Vial second, Yargo Kietz third, Darren Sinai fourth, Mitch Harrison is in 5th place, Michele Chervelin is in 6th as we go to our race leader, Jorge Prado, 51.3 last time around. There's his teammate, Tony Cairoli, and a 50.345, so 400ths quicker than Yargo Kietz, who had the fastest lap the previous lap. Here's Sinai and Harrison. Harrison goes to the inside, looks to make a move up the inside of the bike at DRT Kawasaki, and he does so. So Mitchell Harrison, number 35, the war of the Americans, finds his way past Sinai, gets himself into 4th place. Harrison coming towards us then. And there is the 28 of Tom Vial. He's in 2nd, but Yargo Kietz closing in down. So nice through there. Yargo Kietz just picking his front wheel up over those waves. You know what? You do that, you don't even need a double, whether it's the middle double or the last double combination. You time it right. Just get the front end down the other side. Here's Olsen, still got the 959 of Maxime Renault just ahead of him. So these two now in 7th and 8th place. Watson has found his way past Brian Moreau, so Watson now up into 9th. As Olsen looks to find a new line at the bottom of that hill. Chervelin just going past. There is the 959 of Renault, and Watson closing in on Thomas Olsen. I was over on that side of the racetrack during the MX2 time practice session. Not an easy part of the racetrack to be dealing with, those long ruts at the bottom of the hill, or hills, plural. Right, Olsen going to try and force a move down the inside here. He's going to have to be hard on the brakes. I think he may just find a way through. No, Chervelin, Maxime Renault closes the door on the championship leader. Prado, 4 seconds clear of his teammate at the moment. Olsen just needs to keep a clear head here, doesn't he? Anywhere inside the top 10 will do. Psychologically, though, you just want to get to the front, don't you? Make some passes. Know that you can at least do that when it comes to it for points tomorrow. There's Sinai going through, then Chervelin, then Renault, and then Tom Olsen. Olsen goes to the inside of the French rider and runs him to the bank. And he also runs into trouble as well on the exit of the turn, but fortunately for him, he's got good long legs, was able to put a jab out there and keep himself upright. But Olsen now up in the 7th place on that Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, and they're queuing up behind Darren Sinai here at the end of the wave section. He goes tight on the number 57, green Kawasaki. Chervelin looks to go to the outside, and he almost got spooked there by the 19 of Olsen. Olsen pushing hard here. They all fall back into line through that left-hander. Olsen looks to go slightly different route into the corner, doesn't want to follow, but you know what? If he leaves that door open, he might just get nudged out of the way at the bottom if someone is there prepared to take a chance. So Prado leads Vial by 4 seconds at the end of lap 4. Yargo Kietz is 3rd, all over the back of the Frenchman, and lost a little bit of time last time around. But here's Olsen going long again. He tried it on Chervelin, on Maxime Renault a lap ago. This time it's a success. 7:47, the SM Action MC Migliori Yamaha rider having to yield as Olsen comes through, just picking his moments, biding his time. He's got Sinai ahead of him here as they hit the line now. Sinai in 5th, Olsen now 6th. Chervelin 7, quick pull of the tear off, and Watson up the inside of Maxime Renault, and Olsen around the outside. Sinai not playing those games, says, okay, if you want it, you can have it. Just want to get through the qualifying race, try and get a best position as possible. Right, the rider coming towards us on the green Kawasaki. They're both racing Kawasaki here. Number 35, Mitchell Harrison. Oh, Yargo Kietz all over the back of Vial. Vial makes a mistake, but I think Yargo Kietz already found his way through. So the Yamaha into 2nd now. Tom Vial, number 28, in third, as Prado sets another fastest lap of the race, a 49.8. The gap between first and second at the end of lap 5 was 6.2 seconds. Here's how he did it. Just gets on the gas. And yeah, the back wheel was already out of line there. Messed him up for the double. Jago Geerts put himself in a perfect position to make the pass, though. So Prado now leads this guy, Jago Geerts. The Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha riding on 193 from Belgium. He's there in second place. Tom Vial, top of the hill, he's in third. So the gap between Prado and Vial, and there's Olsen going past Harrison. Harrison down the inside and responds, and Olsen wasn't expecting that. All of a sudden he's got his hands full here, the number 19. That line downhill was working for him, but didn't expect to come up against the hard-riding American here. Does he leave the door open for Olsen to go through? Yes, he does, and tries to respond, but Olsen right there. So Olsen up to fourth now then. Wonder how much homework Mitch Harrison has been able to do. He arrived here on Tuesday. He's had a couple ride days. He arrives here Friday. Does all the... in fact, I think he did his the milestone game for the next motocross game, of course. He was doing all of those this morning. First impressions of the track. Scenic, and thought he'd do well here, and here he is in this MX2 qualifying race, just in 5th place at the moment, having just been passed by the championship leader, Thomas Olsen. If he can just stay on him for a couple laps, maybe he'll just learn 1 or 2 things here, but doing all right at the moment. Churvelin tries to go around the outside of 57, Sunai, as he looks to go after 6th place. So again, the 2 Americans line astern, on the 2 Kawasaki's. Harrison now 5th, Sunai 6th. But then we've got the 2 Yamahas, Churvelin and Watson, just behind in 7th and 8th, and 3 Yamahas actually, because Maxime Renault right there in 9th, and then Brian Moreau in 10th. 11th is Ika Laranaga. So the 66 on the Marchetti Racing KTM. Good to see him back. Adam Sterry 12 for F&H. 13th, Andrea Zanotti, Brent Van Donnick, and Henry Jacobi now 15th for the German. Anyway, here's Olsen. He's now in a 4th. Story of his race so far. Stays low. This was the attempt at the bottom of the hill. Harrison takes a look across. And the American responded immediately. Stayed there in that 4th place. Then he left the door open a couple of corners later. Olsen was through. Didn't need a second invite there. He had a slightly better entry into the corner there as well. A little bit wider sweep through into turn, is it 4? Anyway, here's Olsen. He's broken free from Mitchell Harrison. Where's the other Mitch? Mitch Evans, 27th actually for Honda 114, so didn't get out the start clean. And Verlandren has not completed a lap, so not sure where or why or what has happened to Calvin Verlandren. He was quickest in time practice. He went to the line first for this qualifying race, but we've not seen anything of him. Maybe a replay at the start will give us some indication, but he completed the first 3 sectors. So somewhere over the back side of this track, final sector. Right, here's Jago Geerts. Just saw the orange KTM of Jorge Prado going through a moment ago. He was 6.3 seconds clear of the Belgian. Just a moment ago, at the start of lap 8. Prado over the line now, at 1:51.2. Geerts last time was at 50.8, so is he starting to close in? 6.5, so loses 2/10. There's Harrison, there's Sinai, Churvelin, Watson. 919. Bring up the rear of that group, and Looks like he may have clutch issues there, Watson, just signalling to the... well, it might have been, because he was gesticulating with the left hand. Maybe we can see that again. He's got tear-offs, so it's not goggle issues. Actually, when I was down on the... I was watching the practice starts this morning, and he came in after the first practice start, Ben Watson, and he was asking his mechanic, is this clutch okay? Because it looked like there was a bit of slack on that clutch. And the mechanic was like, yeah, so he did a couple more and went back, and that was after time practice. But he certainly gesticulated as he came past pit lane a minute ago, Ben Watson, so hopefully it's nothing too problematic, because you do not want to be on the outside of this gate. Not with conditions here. Anyway, look, Watson. Yeah, difficult to see there. Certainly not happy with something. Anyway, here he is, going to have to ride through it, whatever the problem is. Prado leads, Kiet second, Vial third, Olsen fourth. That's a good recovery. He was, what, 14th as he came out of the first couple of corners, Thomas Olsen. Mitchell Harrison is in fifth, Darian Sinai sixth, Michele Cherblin just going through seven. There's Watson in eighth place. Ninth, Maxime Renault for SM Action, MC Migliori. And in 10th, Brian Moreau, second of the Bud Racing Kawasaki's. Ika Larinaga is 11, Adam Sterry 12, ahead of his teammate, Henry Jacobi. Brent Van Donnick is next for Honda Red Motor, Asamoto, then Andrea Zanotti, Bas Varsen for Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee. Where is Conrad Mewes, his teammate, 25th? He was 8th fastest in time practice, so had 8th gate pick. Warren Pichon, Nathaniel Bress and Jed Beaton, there your top 20. Calvin Belanger out on the opening lap. Not sure why. Sinai doing a great job in sixth position. On that bike at DRT Kawasaki. He's made a good start, and he's just made himself very wide as well as he tries to ride himself back into fitness. On that number 57, green Kawasaki. Qualifying hasn't been a strong point this season, but 18th last time out in Valkenswaard. He'll be pumped if he can get anywhere inside the top 10. There's Watson, 919. Giving chase to Chervelin, quite literally a home GP for him this weekend. So the 747. Let's say just offline, but you can see how it just cuts back into the main rut at the bottom of the hill. Jacobi has found his way past his teammate at FNH Racing Kawasaki, Adam Sterry. So Jacobi now 12, Sterry 13. So the rider who's second in the points chase with a bit of work to do, Henry Jacobi. And he's obviously putting in a hard charge as well, because he was outside the top 20. Oh, through that wave section again. So Sterry. Wow. No team orders there. Sterry wasn't expecting that. He thought he got that inside covered. Anyway, we are 3 laps to go. Jorge Prado over the line already. 8 seconds clear of Jago Kietz. Tom Vial is third, about 5 seconds further back. Then we've got Tom Olsen, 10 seconds further back. Then we've got Mitchell Harrison, Darian Sinai. We just saw that battle. He's still locked in there with Michele Chervelin and Ben Watson. Here's Jago Kietz. So Jago Kietz, who is 7th in the championship, 3rd last time out in qualifying at Valkenswaard. He'll go one better here this weekend. Thomas Olsen. Well, he's not finished outside the top 3 in these qualifying races so far. But today, he's going to have to settle for 4th place, unless he can find his way past Tom Vial, but 10 seconds further up the track, the young French teenager for Red Bull KTM. difficult place this weekend. Right, here's Jorge Prado, two-lap board, getting ready for the defending champion. He won the qualifying race here last year, Jorge Prado. Right, let's have a look. This is over on the far corner. Oh, Churvelin. He had a similar moment to that last week and got high-sided down to the ground at Falcons Wide, but this time he keeps it upright. Watson not able to capitalize, but here's Watson's teammate, Jago Kiert, going through in second. 6 seconds further back, Tom Vial in third. Then we'll have Olsen just coming into view now, look. Just saw him coming in from the right. There he is, the number 19. Then we've got the 331 of Loris Friedrichs, the STC Racing IXS Yamaha rider. But Jorge Prado clearly loves this place. Of course, he's had 2 Grand Prix victories here. He won the qualifying race here ahead of Olsen. Tony Cairoli just keep an eye on his young teammate. I'm sure he'll acknowledge that conditions are not easy here, but making the most of that good start. Nice and low on the single. Again, when you've got around 8 seconds, you can afford yourself just to be a little bit more economical with your lines. And takes one last look across the pit board. The number 61, Jorge Prado, hits the line to start his final lap here in the MX2 qualifying race at Trentino. It's round 4 of the FIA Motocross World Championship. Here's Jago Kiert, Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha. He's in second. His best qualifying race of the season so far. And up onto that plateau. He'll be pleased with this. Tom Vial about 5 seconds further back in third. Thomas Olsen still about 10 seconds behind in fourth. Prado comes into land. Impressive ride though for Mitch Harrison in fifth, the American on the Bud Racing Kawasaki. 37 seconds off the lead, yes, but first GP. Arrived in Europe on Tuesday. He's had a couple of days with the team. Oh, that was nice there from Prado. Just jumped, landed in the rut. That comes from riding a winter in sand where you've got wet ruts. Just having confidence in those kind of conditions as well. That was nice. Watch this. At the end of the straight, when he hits the last wave, he doubles here and then just jumps. Lands over the braking bump there, look. Just corners perfectly. A couple of corners to go then for Jorge Prado. He was 9.3 seconds clear at the start of this final lap. 12 laps in the books. And Jorge Prado going to be taking his second qualifying race win of the year. Of course, he was second in Argentina, sat out Great Britain. He won the qualifying race last week in Falcons Wide. He's going to do the same here. Nice stand-up wheelie for the 61. Clearly excited. Out of the final turn, Jorge Prado, Red Bull KTM, takes the qualifying race win here in convincing style. Are we looking at the Grand Prix winner there, or will this guy have something to say? Jago Kiert got himself in the second and looked comfortable as well doing it for Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha. We wait for Tom Vial, there he is. So 2 Red Bull KTMs inside the top 3. Then we wait for Tom Olsen, here he is in 4th place for Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. Got about 12 seconds over Mitchell Harrison, the Bud Racing Kawasaki rider. He'll take a fantastic 5th place, and that's gate pick number 5 for Harrison for both races on Sunday. Harrison getting ready to come through any moment now. There he is. He'll be pleased with that. Michele Churvelin, Darian Sanai, Ben Watson, Maxime Renault, and Brian Moreau. There your top 10. Jacoby all over the back of him with his fastest lap of the race as well, Jacoby, in 11th. Van Donnick will go through ahead of Sterry, and Laranaga's gone through as well. So Sterry losing a couple of positions on the final lap. Anyway, here's Lisa Leyland. She's with our qualifying race winner, Jorge Prado.
Jorge Prado, great job. Second qualifying race win under quite tricky technical conditions out there.
Yeah, it was a fun race. I got a whole shot. That was very important because it's so tough to pass in this track. So I did good, you know, good start, good laps. Track, I really like, impressive how it is after all the rain we had this week. So really enjoying riding this track and looking forward for tomorrow.
Good luck for tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, an impressive performance from Jorge Prado. Almost 10 seconds clear of Jago Kiet's second quali race win of the year. Obviously feels at home around this Trentino circuit. Always had some pretty decent results here, and what can we expect from him tomorrow? Of course, the starts are going to be key, they always are. But on today's performance, he looked very comfortable. Official confirmation then for the MX2 qualifying race here at Trentino, round 4 of the FI Motocross World Championship. Jorge Prado, your winner from Jago Kietz, Tom Vial, Thomas Olsen, Mitchell Harrison, Kaylee Chervlin, Darren Sinai, and Ben Watson. 9th for Maxime Renault, and then Brian Moreau. Henry Jacobi fought back to 11th, ahead of Brent Van Donnick, Ika Laranaga, Adam Sterry, Bas Varsen, Andrea Zanotti, Matthijs Boarmé, Zach Pichon, Nathaniel Bress, and Filippo Zonta, with Beaton, Pooches, Muse, Evans, and the rest. Let's take a look at the highlights, though, from the MX2 qualifying race. They went a little something like this. Right, keep an eye on Belander, and he was right in the middle there. He got squeezed going into the first turn by the Yamaha of Jago Kietz. He was trickling around the inside there, so he was up and around about 10th place. He went missing somewhere in the final sector, and he was already cruising at that point, was Valandren. So not sure if he got something else there, but second, third, Jago Kietz going past Sinai. That was Sterry going down. Watson connected him on the way through. Harrison found his way past Sinai to move up into, I think that was 4th place at the time. Olsen was on the charge. He ran down the inside of Maxime Renault. And then he found his way past Michele Chervlin. He then went after Darren Sinai, around the outside of the American. He thought he'd made a decent move on Mitch Harrison, but he had to wait a little longer as Jago Kietz made a move for second on Tom Vial. This was Olsen challenging 4th. This was Harrison. Harrison responded immediately. Olsen didn't expect it. The two went bar to bar for another couple of corners, and then Harrison left the door wide open. Olsen was through. He then had a clear run down towards the top 3 as Henry Jacobi charged down the inside of his teammate Adam Sterry as he made his way up to an eventual 11th place. But Jorge Prado, your winner in MX2 qualifying. Right, we'll take a look at some of the best moments then from the MX2 qualifying race, and when we return, it will be with the MXGP qualifying race in about 6 minutes' time. See you then.
Take it back now. But you scared 'cause you running like it's time now. Throwing hands.